A new rivalry is kind of taking over in the MMA space, and it's between Sean Strickland and David Goggins. I was never really expecting it, and the ember that kind of started this entire forest fire of shit is Sean Strickland really calling out Navy SEALs and like Green Beret type veterans, like the hardcore guys, telling them they're not as hard as they think they are. I think he meant it more in the context of like actually fighting, not when it comes to like just willpower and endurance, because I really think that's what separates them. I think it's a completely different thing. But one Navy SEAL, Mitch Aguirre, actually answered the call. So here's a little excerpt from Cameron Haynes' podcast for some context that I really think puts it together.
And I have a little bit of a history, not in any kind of negative way. We had trained together out at Black House MMA. We had been following each other just from knowing each other. He had made that post.
I think there's one fucking Navy SEAL who could survive a week training with me. Show you what's up. I'll fucking break you.
I messaged him and was like, hey dude, we should totally do this. I'll go out there. You can just beat my And Sean was like, yeah, okay, whatever, but we are gonna have to fight. I'm like, I know. He was like, I'm gonna make you quit.
He kept saying that.
He said it over and over and over, and he threw a left teep kick, and it just nailed me, and it knocked the wind out of me. I like winced over, and I was like, that is the worst feeling when you get the wind knocked out of you, and then you have this big fucking monster just,
and there's no place to go.
No place to go, no ref, no, you know, and he wants you to quit. He's one of the best in the world, and like the best in the world at that weight, you know.
What seems to get lost on a lot of people is that Mitch Aguirre is actually a professional MMA fighter and a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I think he was the best option that could have taken the challenge from Strickland, because this is a guy that's actually trained before and has gotten his ass beat in the gym and just knows the culture already. I mean, his career in MMA spans over 7 years. Like, he's not new to it at all. So I think this was the best option. If a random Navy SEAL who's never trained a day of combat sports in his life was to take the challenge, then this would have looked way worse on Strickland. But, I mean, he beat the shit out of Mitch Aguirre, and he already was getting a lot of flack on the comments for it. But it would have been so much worse if it was somebody who's just never trained a day in their life. And Sean kind of still made it look like that, not gonna lie. Anyways, I guess David Goggins caught wind of what happened, and obviously being a Navy SEAL himself, just was pretty irate over the thing and called out Strickland to do a hell week with him, saying he's not going to survive it. And here's Strickland's response for some context.
I heard you want a piece. Challenge accepted. Just so you know, man, the only thing you ever beat me at in life is fucking run. But guess what? I don't have to fucking run. You run from me.
22! Who's gonna carry the boats and the logs? That's you, buddy.
Squad, this thing is... I'm a fucking Navy SEAL, man!
So Sean prefaces his own challenge by saying, you can only beat me at jogging or running. And again, this kind of gets lost in the whole back and forth that they're having. Like, they're arguing over separate things. Sean is saying he'll beat the shit out of you and break you inside of a cage. I think that's pretty obvious. You know, it's a world champion versus a Navy SEAL who doesn't actually know how to fight. But either way, David Goggins kind of gets pissed off, and he responds himself with his own video.
This is my last video about this. Sean Strickland, I know you're doing all this for clickbait. We had a DM the other day, me and you back and forth. I was pretty much DMing you because, you know, you calling me a bitch and talk about my military career and going out here once again trying to, like you said in your DM, trying to be a clown. You're an MMA fighter and also you're a comedian. So, you know, I'm not much of a comedian at all. I'm old school man, bro. So, you know, you go out here calling people bitch and shit like that, saying, you know, no Navy SEAL can hang with you training. I was responding to all those videos you did. I've never met you. You never met me. And you ran your mouth. You wanted to spar with me and all this other stuff, man. You were born in 91, I believe. I was born in 1975. Talk about me being old, me being beat up. Once again, I know you're trying to clickbait all this stuff. I'm an old-fashioned man. I am older than you. 16 years older than you. So I don't do all this, let me get clickbait shit. You want to say you can fuck me up in training? I responded to that video to you, and this is what I said.
Sorry for the jump scare here. He's not actually going to read it for you, so allow me. In all caps, anytime you want to train with me, let me know. No more BS or running your mouth. Do 3 training days with me, and right after, I will happily do 3 rounds of boxing with you. Let's stop running our mouths and just man up. I'm back in September. I'm not going to video shit. I'm going to show you where your world ends, my begins. I guess he meant mine begins. I can box okay, I have endurance in the sport, plus my old man fucked me up for sport. Looking forward to it.
You have yet to respond to this. And so anytime you want to train with me, I am ready to train with you. I am done with the videos. You all can keep on, tagging me on TikTok and all this other shit. Sean, it's in your court.
He essentially wants him to do the Hell Week first before they actually get into any type of boxing or anything like that. And they're really just stuck in the same gridlock as an MMA champion calling out a boxing champion or vice versa. And it's always, you come to my world. No, you hop this side of the fence. You come here. And then it's like nothing's going to get done. Obviously, they're not going to want to be embarrassed in the other person's world first. Because for all they know, the other person won't actually oblige and let them try it out on the opposite end after being embarrassed. So they're just stuck in this gridlock. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, really, at all. But Sean does go ahead and comment on this video. This is why I make fun of you. I live in Las Vegas. You live in Las Vegas. I train at Extreme Couture every day. The door's always open. Instead, let's get on the TikTok and make a video. Mitch Aguirre showed me all you gotta do is walk in the door. So, honestly, the only one really saving face in this right now is Mitch Aguirre. Well, I guess Sean Strickland looks the worst because he's just calling out veterans. And, yeah, I mean, it's mostly Sean Strickland looking bad. But David Goggins doesn't want to jump into... I mean, he's like 70 or something. I don't even know. Maybe he probably shouldn't do it. He's gonna get killed in there with Sean. Either way, yeah, Sean's taking the worst of this when it comes to like PR front. Outside of the comment, Sean does drop one more video when it comes to this topic. Actually, today, like an hour before I was recording this.
You guys, let me explain to you why I make fun of David Goggins. He is a fraudulent man. He's an easy target. He is a fraud. Bro, you are so great at running down the street. You're not hard. You're not tough. You run, my man. Do you know why I know you're fraudulent? Because as I make fun of you and you post your little TikTok video, I'm a hard man. I'll show up. I'll handle this like a man. No, you won't, dude. I train at Extreme Couture. I'm easy to find. You live in Las Vegas. I live in Las Vegas. Show up. Mitch showed up. Do you not know how to use GPS, my man? Do you not know how to get in your car? I'll tell you what, why don't you jog down? But you won't, dude, because you are a fucking fraud. You go on TikTok and you make these stupid videos. You are a fucking fraud. And that's why I make fun of you. And that's why you will never show up, because I will expose you. I will expose you. So just stay on fucking TikTok and keep fucking running. Or man up and show up, but you won't.
So again, they're kind of just stuck in the same place. They're not getting anywhere. Gridlock. Dogs on the opposite sides of the fence just barking at each other here. In the comments section, though, Mitch Aguirre, again, he's showing that he's the shining beacon in this. He comments, David is hard as fucking coffin nail, and is undeniably one of the toughest human beings on earth. Sean, you're extremely tough and undeniably one of the best fighters on earth. You guys are both at the very top in your worlds. You're both great, but it's apples and oranges. You guys are more alike than you think. And then he says Cameron Haynes should get involved in some kind of challenge with them to be in mutual grounds. And honestly, that's probably the best option they could have, is just to do something fun and lighthearted after doing all this bullshit back and forth. Yeah, they're both tough in their own worlds. It's apples and oranges. Mitch Aguirre summed it up perfectly right there. I really don't think either one of them wants to put their pride aside and just say that. Sean is obviously, I mean, they're both kind of admitting to it a little bit. You know, Sean saying, "Oh, you're good at jogging. Well, I could fuck you up," and then David saying, "Oh, well, you're good in the cage, but I'll break you outside of it." Like, no shit, you guys, you do different things. You're gonna be better at different things. Yeah, it's not really going anywhere. I think they should just do whatever Mitch Aguirre and Cameron Haynes come up with. That's gonna be like a 50-50 thing, and maybe they could just make it like fun and get some views. Just something better, a little more lighthearted, to where, you know, all's well that ends well type of thing. And like Bloody Mary in your fucking bathroom mirror when you were 7 years old, I said Sean Strickland's name too many times, and he reappeared on Instagram as I'm recording this. And yeah, he made another response video real quick, just to kind of go over what he was talking about.
You know, guys, if I had to be completely honest, I think I'm just bored and angry. You know, I'm the #1 contender. I gotta wait for Izzy and Dricus to fight to get my shot. What does one do? I'm bored and angry. I'm training, I'm in shape, but what does one do? I'm just bored and angry.
So basically he's just bored and is only doing this because he doesn't have a fight lined up, and it's the only thing taking precedence in his life right now to like really respond to, and gaining a lot of traction online, obviously. So yeah, they should just do something lighthearted and get it over with. While he doesn't have a fight, and Sean really deserves the title shot in my eyes. Tell me what you guys think about this whole thing.